try and
Right.
limit bandwidth in the house here.
Yeah, totally. We'll just keep the cameras off. Well, that ding means we're live, so I guess we're just hanging out here waiting for Joe. Yeah, it's been. I think we had an interesting conversation with him on his Facebook feed there about his with his status update. What were we discussing in that topic? Just evolution. Oh my.
Well, started with oh, um, Joe's been um, calling out the Mormons for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed. That's the LDS, right? The Latter Day Saints, I suppose. Um, I mean, why do you think he's so vehement against the Mormon faith right now?
I don't know. I
Ha-
think he's
yeah,
could be.
sorry. Go ahead.
Said he think he could be projecting.
Oh, maybe.
Uh, let's Can we start over here?
What do you mean start over?
Well, I'm just closing a bunch,
See,
and he's not here. But
I noticed that. Well, we have
does
one
that sound?
viewer. We have one viewer, and he got a pretty good shot of your nipples there, so I'm not sure.
All right. Well,
All right,
if they can't deal, they can't deal.
totally. I can set up another hangout, but yeah, just take a second, anyways. Um,
It's okay. But yeah, Joe said he was going to come, and he had a bunch of expletives in there. Hopefully, he doesn't change his mind.
okay, cool. Usually I use expletives when I'm being serious, but sometimes sometimes I mean them to
Oh,
throw
he
people off.
says, "What's up? The call is off the air now. So who's running away?"
Is it off the air?
That's what he says.
Oh, I still see it as live, but I
I
can check it.
don't see him here.
It's true.
I'll say, "Did you click the link?"
I can resend if it has to.
Excuse me, I just ate an entire box of Kraft dinner with feta cheese.
Interesting. Are you proud of yourself?
I've been more ashamed. He says he clicked the link. So,
All right.
I don't know. Basically insinuating that we're cowards now.
Well, we are
I'm
hanging out
not.
here, inviting him. No, it looks like we're live. We've been live for 2 minutes and 37 seconds. It looks like.
Yeah, what are you talking to him on Facebook too, or
No, I had to close all my windows.
I sent him the link twice.
Oh, jeez.
Sounds like he's nice and mad though. I sure hope he comes in. And Dave too. Yeah, you can see him in the call there. He's added to the call.
Yeah, definitely. We might have to send him the link manually here. I'll handle that. So, I'm curious exactly how Joe sees the subject of evolution here. He mentioned that he didn't believe in Darwinian evolution, and I'm like, I don't know. That phrase always bothers me.
Yeah. What does that
Never.
even fucking?
Yeah, I mean, how would he differentiate it from the theory of biological evolution? All right.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that gets really hung up on Darwin clearly does not understand the theory of evolution. I mean, you know, he was one of the first people to describe what we see um, you know, in a useful manner. But if he was wrong about something, it doesn't mean that the theory is wrong. Like where the theory has left him in the dust long ago.
Yeah.
It's not an argument from authority. It's the best model that we have to describe the reality of what we see right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, I had a hard time getting out of that fundamentalist mindset when I came out, or when I came out of religion. And one of the things that bothered me the most was, in fact, like, the theory of evolution and how misguided I was about what it actually stated, right? And, like, I wasn't really opposed to looking things up or scientific literacy, but I think I always had it framed to me in a way that I was able to ignore some of the more major premises in evolution itself, and just focus kind of on what it brought about, the amazingness of what it actually brings about, in the world we see around us. I don't know. I remember when I got out, like one of the first things I did was I read Darwin's evolution of the or what is it, origin of the species, right? Like it was one of the first books I read after I kind of left Christianity, and it kind of opened my eyes a little bit as to what was really going on, right? It it's weird how much of biology and even just life sciences makes a lot more sense when you have that sort of background knowledge, accompanying your learning. And it kind of struck me that how much of a disadvantage I was at when I didn't have a good understanding of that.
Yep.
Any word from Joe yet?
I told him you were going to send him the link,
Yeah, I've sent it through Facebook here.
and then he's claiming that Jesse didn't actually block us on that
Oh,
thread.
that's weird because all of his messages disappeared
Yeah.
all at
It's, de-
once.
it's demonstrably false, but
Okay.
thinks he's right.
Well,
I don't know what else to do. I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
work his computer for him.
I'm thinking. I mean, maybe he's just hesitant to drop in. We've kind of been pretty critical of well, not critical. I mean, we've been pushing for a hangout for quite a while, and it's not like they've slowed down the amount of um, demonstrably false things that they've been posting, like here and elsewhere. And I think that now that we've gotten to know them a little bit, I kind of feel a little bit almost responsible uh, to help Joe out a little bit. Like I feel like his heart's in the right place, at least as far as I can tell. So
Yeah, I'd like to think that.
yeah, I mean I always feel bad for someone who's wants more knowledge, but just has a misunderstanding. I feel like that's a really that's someone that I'm sympathetic to. I felt that before, and I wish that people would take the time to correct me when I was searching for the right answer.
Yeah. If I was in that situation, I don't know if I ever would have found my way out of it.
Yeah, I mean it's possible to do. I think it's more about the attitude than where you're actually at. Come on, Joey. Well, worst comes to worst, we could just put it off till later. I feel kind of silly rushing to broadcast, but I thought he was all the swearing was an indicator he was coming in.
Yeah, he seemed pretty worked up, but
That's too bad.
I don't know. Yeah, if he doesn't come in, I think we should just delete it, because I don't want to. I don't want to publicly expose him the same way that I'm going to publicly expose David Chu.
All right, I'm gonna try one more thing here.
I sent him the link 3 times. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna try one more time here, Joe. I'm sorry, bud. I'm not really sure what's going on. Wonder if he's trying to do it from his phone or something like that. Sometimes that shit doesn't work. Let's see. Well, this is just riveting.
Joe says, I said, claims to know the one true God, blocks people and runs away. And then Joe says, actually, he's right here on the status, and apparently you could see what he said because you commented in relation to the West that he just left.
To the West?
I have no idea what that fucking means.
Well, the guy who's talking is named Tyson J. West.
Yeah, I said, Tyson J. West, what's he saying? He blocked us.
Relation to the West. It's funny.
I don't know, man. It's a cipher. Joe's showing up as on. Oh, I don't know. I think he's chickened out.
It's possible. I'm gonna post the link hangout in his status, even though I know that might be an issue.
The West is Tyson's last name, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that. That might be an honest mistake. Maybe he thought it was Tyson J, and West was something extra. But yeah.
It's like being a cryptologist trying to cipher out what the fuck these people are trying to do.
Yeah, figuring out where the misunderstanding is. I don't know. Like, is it us? I mean, we keep getting the accusation. I mean, Joe keeps giving this as the accusation that we're taking things out of context, and I can never see that. I mean, I can only really deal with the context.
Calling us liars too.
Well, that's fine.
But they won't say what we're lying about.
Well, I noticed that too. I mean, when I ask for clarification about where I lie or what I'm being dishonest about, I don't hear any concrete examples. All I hear is, well, you guys are liars, and that sounds to me more like an ad hominem dismissal of what I have to say rather than a real critique of my actions or even pointing out where I'm going wrong.
It's a cheap rhetorical tactic. I answered 100 fucking questions in a row over the course of half a day, and his response was, "Oh, you're such a good dancer. You should be on Dancing with the Stars." And I legitimately tried to answer his questions to the best of my ability, as best I could puzzle them out. But what it doesn't piss me off, but I'm kind of sick of is these people say, "Oh, don't forget I'm on text to chat and spell check." And it's like, okay, well, I'm sitting here making an effort to communicate in a comprehensible manner and forming my thoughts, typing them in, checking my grammar and spelling, and making sure that everything's coherent. And then on the other end, it's all, "Oh, spell check fucked me up," and voice to text, I'm really busy. It's like, okay,
I didn't have time to use periods, like it's just, well, listen, like you need to be communicating clearly if you don't want me to take you out of context. Like,
I can't come over there and type everything in for you, and I can't guess what you wish you would have said.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, it's not that I'm getting frustrated. I feel like that there's some sort of, I don't know, almost intentional ignorance that's going on here. Some sort of like intentional misunderstanding. And I like I hate to put it that way, but it feels like they're being, uh, they're being obtuse on purpose. And I don't like that idea. That someone would, intentionally misunderstand what I'm trying to say in order to disqualify my point of view, or disqualify the cogent arguments I'm bringing to critique their own.
When fucking David Chu couldn't even have a conversation about having a conversation.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I mean, we've been having a lot of talk about discourse with those two, and I wish they would, pony up and kind of, belly up to the bar a little bit in their accusations. It seems like they're really eager to throw out the dishonesty moniker, or being a liar, or not. I can't even count how many times David has thrown out that we just don't believe in objective morality, and that's why we can't ever be honest in our conversations. But
Yeah.
if he's got nothing more than just an ad hominem to dismiss what we're going to say, I mean, I don't see if there's really any point in talking to someone like that, right? I mean, you have to, at some point, you have to admit that you can't even begin to address what we're trying to say.
Joe says it's not letting me do anything even when I try to pick up.
Really? What?
But I mean, Dave's trying to say that, well, the reason that the conversation with Joe was so long is he was trying to get me asking questions as if I was going to defend his view of objective morality, and then he'd say I'm dodging the question. It's like, no, I don't believe in what you believe in. It seemed like he couldn't really get past that.
Yeah, I mean, I think what he kind of means by that maybe is that, like, you're dodging my point, or you're dodging where I'm trying to lead the conversation.
Yeah, you're not going where I want you to go. But
Yeah,
he couldn't articulate the question. So I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm not going to pretend to hold a position I don't hold.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think there's something almost inherent in the way that they talk to us. There's something sort of. It's almost like they use a shorthand in their postings that they just kind of assume that we are privy to. I don't know. Whenever I see one of their posts, I always feel like they're making a lot of assumptions about what we already know, or what we think that what we think about a certain topic before they start posting.
Yeah, and Dave calls us dishonest, and then tells us that tells me that I'm not really an atheist. It's like, I just told you that I was, and then he claims that we're misrepresenting him when he's clearly misrepresenting me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, what was that? What was that last thing I posted on theirs? On that chat we were doing.
How else can we get Joe in here? I mean, he says it won't let him do anything. I don't even know what else we could do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've sent him stuff on the Google Plus, and sent him the link that I have on the top here. I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I can do for him. I mean, that's both ways that they allow us to.
I sent him a link that gets me in. I'll just try it now and see if I can join twice.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Nice work. That was fun.
Infinity loop, ladies and gentlemen. Joe, what's your excuse?
Yeah, looks like our link's working here. Okay.
If you're afraid, fucking man up and just fucking admit that you're afraid.
Tyson J. West. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the last chat I was having with me and Joe, the last thing I said was that you know, whenever someone accuses the opposition of lying or being a liar or being inherently dishonest, I mean, you've clearly shown yourself not to be interested in having honest dialogue with the other person. You know, you can't discount or doubt the validity of everything that comes out of the opposition's mouth, and then expect people to believe that you're taking them seriously. You know, that you're you know, assessing their arguments on their merit alone. You know, I think it's a
Why would
ridiculous
you talk to
position.
somebody if you held that position?
Right?
Right?
Exactly.
Like,
It puts us in the liar's paradox, right? Like, I mean, no matter what we say, we can't convince you we're not lying. Even if we tell you we're lying, that in fact is, you know, the one thing that you can say is true
yeah.
or not true, I guess.
I see Joe's friends with the wooden owl.
Oh, really?
um,
I'm almost friends with the wooden owl.
but yeah, I mean, like, I don't talk to people that I don't have any trust in. Like, just yesterday, I blocked Alan Masta, also known as MG42 Pillbox, because he openly lied about me in a post. Like, what's the point in talking to somebody that is just a bald-faced liar? Like, there is no point.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to a point. I try not to block people, but I mean, there is something sort of odd about having someone misrepresent your position, especially in an online forum like this. It seems like you're just kind of begging to attract negative attention in that case.
The thing is that all the people that I've blocked, and there's not that many, it's not because they're crazy and it's not because they're stupid. It's because they are telling outright lies. And at that point exactly, there's no point in continuing to interact with them.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, like, I suppose it depends if it seems like it's consistent, right? Like, and I think that I like to give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes that maybe they're being honest in their dishonesty, or they came about their misunderstanding in an honest way. But I think it can become pretty apparent after a while that that's not the case.
Yeah, well, you know for sure when someone's lying when they lie about you.
Where are you, Joe?
Well, I think it's pretty clear that he's not coming here. How long have we been online?
Tough to say. Probably 20 minutes or so. Maybe even longer. I'm gonna check it out. We do have a few viewers. I feel bad. I feel like we promised conflict and at least debate. And if we can't get the opposition to show up, we're doomed to fail from the get-go.
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk to the guy and hear him explain himself, but
yeah, there was a few positions there I could have used some clarification on for sure.
But anyone who's been on the internet's probably noticed that the closer you get to God, the worse your internet works. So just chalk it up to that. Somehow the atheists can make computers work, and Christians getting no love in that.
Do you think maybe it's the Holy Spirit interfering with the Wi-Fi connection?
Maybe they're just channeling too many spirits at once. I don't know. Or the internet is made by the devil. One or the other.
Oh, that's not a bad hypothesis. Should look into that. We've been running for about 25 minutes. Well, I'm disappointed in myself. I should have had him on the hook before we brought him online. But like I don't know. I'm like I feel like I needed to air a little bit of frustration. Like these. I mean I kind of understand where Joe might be coming from, but I feel like we're getting the runaround here. You know that these guys are claiming to want to defend their position and have open dialogue, but we're getting a lot of just either complaints about our treatment of them, or on the other side of it we're getting accusations of dishonesty and being taking them out of context, or being just too mean to them. I think there's sort of, I don't know, like I don't feel like we're doing any of those things, and I would like to kind of clear that up. Like I don't think that we are misrepresenting them or taking them out of context. I think we're trying to gain clarification on positions that are very hard for us to understand why someone who values rationality would hold.
Yeah, I mean they want to negotiate a conversation, but they don't want to actually have the conversation. And Joe's been, whenever time I talk to him, he's begging for backup, and just weak sauce. He said he was coming, and he's not here. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like I can understand we're getting a little later in the night, but that's a sort of weak excuse, especially with how late I see them posting all the time. So you know what? I'm gonna
Don't say you're gonna come if you're not gonna come. Like,
yeah, it's rude. It's rude to do.
you don't
Oh
have to
well.
make up an excuse either. Just say no, I'm not up to it. Okay. You don't have to justify yourself to anybody.
Yeah. David Hobbs says, "Not all people have their heart in the right place. Sometimes it's on the left." Oh, that's good.
Hmm.
Oh, and he says, "My eyes." I imagine that was at the beginning. Nice you to weigh in there, Dave. Uh,
If people knew how hot it was here, they'd understand why I had my boobs out.
yeah, exactly. You need to let those suckers air out.
It's
I'm
supposed to
doing the
get up.
same.
It's supposed to get up near 40 degrees here this week.
Yeah, I heard it. We're getting a pretty stiff westerly wind right now. It's like it was raining right now, but we're looking at like about 30 degrees tomorrow and probably about the same next day.
I went to yesterday. I went to brush my teeth, and I turned the toothpaste bottle to face my brush, and the toothpaste just poured out like
Oh,
water.
that's hot.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
Cool.
My best friend's his rental place burned to the ground last night.
Oh,
It's like 1 block from here. We would have walked by it.
oh yeah. Ah, cool. Well, I guess we'll pull this sucker offline before it gets too long. But
Okay.
yeah, a message to Joe and Dave. We're still looking to finish our conversation. Dave, I still think you're wrong in a very fundamental way. Your mischaracterization of the left and liberals is laughable, and some of your posts are just outright. I don't know. They range between incoherent and absolutely disgusting, but I think there's a, a real string of bigotry all the way through them. So I think that's pretty consistent.
Yeah, and Joe and Dave, whenever you grow a pair, I just want to talk to you. It doesn't have to be a formal debate. No one's gonna hurt you here. We just want to ask you some questions. Like, you can take turns asking and answering questions.
Yeah, well, I think all that complaints about wanting a fair turn was sort of red herring a little bit, right? Like, um, I think in any conversation there's give and take, and I think the times that they were referring to where we might not have been letting them go on was pretty long into the conversation we were already having. So I think it's sort of a non-issue. We would let them talk however much, because I mean I'm looking for clarification of their point of view. So.
Joe says, "Why would I be scared of you, Chris? I've never once been scared to talk to you." I said,
Uh,
"Join the hangar then." And he says, "Are you think that I'm scared of you? You working up in your mind that you think that you're something special for me to be afraid of that you're not?"
okay.
That's verbatim.
Huh.
Just join the fucking hangout, Joe, if you're not scared. I
Yeah.
told you it's letting me, dude, shoot my phone or what not letting me.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't really go there and show him how to work a telephone.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's using. He's got like 8 or 9 cell phones, right? So don't really know what
And
advice to give him.
telephones, how the fuck they work. Right? He's doubling down on not being afraid of me.
Okay. Well, I believe him then, but I have yet to see a demonstration of it.
I don't think he's afraid of me, and he shouldn't be. I don't think he wants to come in here without backup, personally. I think he's afraid of embarrassing himself one more time.
Well, that might be a valid fear. But I think that sometimes learning in public can be the most constructive way to learn.
I had my a big golf match earlier this week, and it's pretty stressful. You got the big match the next day, and you have to get your sleep in, and your diet in, and mentally prepare yourself.
Yeah.
And the thing I was most afraid of is just embarrassing myself. Like, I know that I'm a good golfer, and um, I thought that I was going to win, but there's still this, this natural fear of embarrassing yourself. I think one thing with golf is that it really exposes you like that. Like, I never had that fear playing hockey or snowboarding or basically any other sport. But in golf, the ball just sits there until you hit it, and when you have a bad day, you can have a really bad day.
I think the worst part about golf is it's I mean I guess I know what you're saying. I mean like golf has like very much like the focus is on you. I mean right, you go up to the tee box and it's just you there. You can take as much time as you need, right? Which almost makes it worse, right? Like that
Yeah,
the more time that you take in prep, that's more time that you're losing focus or more time that you feel, self-conscious about being up there on the tee box, up on the stage.
yeah,
And then, I mean, you're usually golfing in a foursome, which is, stressful enough as it is. Everybody's sitting there analyzing your swing, you know, watching your distance, watching your drive. I mean, there's a lot of pressures out there.
One one thing with that though is that if you have a positive psychology, um, the more time you have, the more time you have to give yourself positive self-talk and to become more confident. And if you have negative psychology, you'll say, "Oh, I don't want to have too much time to think."
Yeah.
So, from a sports psychology perspective, um, you know, you want to you're not realistic. You're pragmatic, and no matter what happens, you find a way to tell yourself that it's going to benefit you, even if it's clearly not going to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I suppose.
Joe sent me this message. Looks like looks like a screen cap of his phone, and it says, "Unfortunately, Hangouts has stopped." Okay, but then in the address bar it says facebook.com.
Oh.
11:48. So yeah, that's a couple minutes ago. Chrome just got better. I don't know. Tell him to try Firefox. Open Google Hangouts.
Yeah, if he opens his Google Plus, he should be able to see the invitation there. Yeah, it's weird. It's used mobile Facebook as a link.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I'm using Google Plus. I've tried Internet Explorer and Puffin. It's not opening on any browser that I have. Use the Google Plus app. Are we sure these people have direct access to an all-powerful, all-knowing being?
Who's it? Who's got what? Oh yeah. Oh boy.
What the fuck is Puffin?
No clue.
That's what I'm using. Oh my god, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you all day about this, all night, whatever. I'm going to sleep. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I've used everything on my phone.
If it's not working for me and I don't know why. Okay. All right. Well, it's fine.
Well, how is he going to talk to us tomorrow?
On the same phone.
Reboot your phone. Computer, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
How
know.
do people masturbate with no computer?
Use their imagination.
Spank bank?
That's what it's there for. Just such an occasion. Oh man.
Oh, he saw my message.
Okay.
He's writing back. Oh man.
Well,
I don't know, maybe it'll work. Then it always works up until today, so I don't know. And if not, at least Facebook is working.
raises a good point. All right, dude. Well, let's pull this bitch on offline. I don't think Dave's gonna or Joe's gonna show up here.
No.
All right, cool. All right. Apologies to the viewers. See you guys later.
I'm gonna tell him to reboot his phone just in case.
Good thinking. Just get himself prepped up for tomorrow.
For those of you that don't know, Joe is not a what's it called? They're the people that work in offices that troubleshoot computers.
He's not in tech support.
Yeah, he's not in tech support.
All right. Good to know.
Or at least I hope it's not.
No, he's in charge of people, so he's clearly not. Doesn't have to know anything.
Yeah. I just sent him a message that said, dude, that was sad.
No, I don't think so. Lindsay says hello.
Hey, Lindsay.
Can you see her right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shirt.
I'm kidding.
Couch
She's like over here. Yeah, she's over here.
She can't see me because I got my boobs out.
Yeah, he's shirtless in his place. That's why. That's why we can't see him. Apparently, it's really hot. Cool. Well, with my girlfriend showing up, we probably should pull this offline.
All right, well, you guys should come see me if you want to fucking melt in your own skin.
Well, that does sound like fun. You can come see us. We'll keep you cool. No?
Joe says, thanks, Chris, because I'm so stupid that I didn't try that.
Was he being serious, or that was sarcasm, right?
I think so.
It's funny.
I think he spun that around on me and threw it back to my face.
Ah, clever.
Okay, well, good night, man. Good night, Lindsay.
Night, Chris. We'll talk to you later, bud.
Good night, Joe. I know you're watching.
Good night, Moon. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, bye.
See you later.